Hey guys, Cameron here with Emerson Property Management. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things that help me build up a sizable portfolio in about 2 years. Now manage that portfolio. Today, guys, I want to talk about the differences between single family and multifamily. If you guys haven't, check out my video, up here regarding the difference, why I like single family more than multifamily. Some people are going to freak out about that. Oh my God, multifamily is so great, whatever. Check out that video. I talk about it then, but specifically, I want to talk about some of the challenges and some of those exact reasons why. So outside of the financing piece, outside of, the benefits or structures of insurance and what have you, I want to talk about the actual management of a duplex, triplex, quad over a single family rental. So when you're looking at duplexes or triplexes or quads, you're going to really have to take into consideration common areas, shared expenses like utilities, laundry, who cuts the grass. Is that going to be an owner expense to cut the whole yard and then divvy it up between the tenants? Does a tenant take care of the front yard and the other tenant take care of the backyard? These are a lot of things that some owners don't think about. I mean, you hear a lot about, hey guys, the benefits of duplex, you can split a unit or make an addition and add a bathroom and split the house and have a duplex. Yes, that is true 100%, but it's managed differently. Again, are you going to be the one to send the landscaper out there every week, 2 weeks, year, whatever, to take care of the landscaping? Are you going to be the one, you might have to supply a washer and dryer? One that has come up time and time again that I don't think is conveyed enough is tenant relations, people button heads. I have seen that time and time again. Now I have multiple duplexes, triplexes, me personally, and for owners, and tenant relations comes up quite a bit. Good tenants move because of bad tenant neighbors. Bad tenants attract other bad tenants. Bad tenants, or maybe just tenants that don't get along, that, one parks in front of another, one, is dirty in the laundry room, one has a dog and they let shit in their side of the yard, whatever it might be. Tenant relations are something that I think you hear a lot of the benefits of multifamily investing, duplexes, triplexes, quads. And even in the bigger units, this is a problem, right? You have to have some sort of relationship between all the tenants. So if you have a duplex, you have 2 sets of tenants. Now that doesn't mean you just have 2 tenants, right? You could have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and the other side's a 3-bed, 2-bath, and you have 2 families. So now you've got 2 kids or 4 kids that have to get together. You got the mom, the dad, the kids, maybe a brother staying with them, or an aunt or an uncle, or grandma and grandpa. So you've got all sorts of things to think about when you think about multifamily that you do not have to think about with single family. Let me give you an example too. I talked about some of the downsides with duplexes and above, but in single family, our leases require that the tenant takes care of all landscaping, and that includes the yard. The tenants supply their own washer and dryers. The tenants supply most of their own appliances. We obviously provide an oven, a stove, dishwasher, like that, but refrigerators, washer and dryers, that's going to be a tenant responsibility. You might have to provide that. Again, you might have to provide that in your lease because you have 2 tenants. One's not going to bring their washer and dryer in and let the other tenants use it. And the other side is with the yard and complaints between police. So, obviously in everybody's lease, you have all sorts of things around, minding the law and what have you. But it's pretty easy if a neighbor files a complaint against our tenant and the police start handling that, that's clear on who's at fault or what's going on and taking care of that tenant. But if it's a duplex and you have 2 tenants that are filing complaints and getting into it with each other, and you're the sole owner or the sole manager, I mean, that kind of gets a little hairy. Are you evicting one side, not the other? Do you need them both to go? It can get really, really interesting, especially on a screening perspective too. Let's say you have somebody, we don't take anybody with any aggravated felonies, but if you have somebody with an aggravated felony and then you've got somebody in the other unit with kids, How would that feel? Or maybe a single female living by herself. There's so many things to think about. And the reason I'm saying all of this is because every guru will tell you, oh my God, you buy a couple duplexes, an apartment building, you do this. There are a lot of unwritten things. I guess they're not unwritten, but they're unsaid things that come up that are disadvantages with duplexes, triplexes, quads, and multifamily. So think about that next time you guys buy a duplex. How is the property metered? How am I going to make sure the tenant relations are good? Who's going to handle the laundry? Who's going to cut the grass? How am I going to make sure that these tenants get along and do not fight and create headaches for me? Especially as a manager, if you're self-managing, that is going to be a huge thing. You don't want to get calls that tenant A was pissing off tenant B and tenant B was, pissing off tenant A. So guys, think about that stuff. I like single family. It's clean. The leases are easy. It's the same way every time. Duplexes, triplexes, quads, and multifamily, they're all unique. They get different, attract different tenants as well. And things can come up that make it more of a headache. So I hope this was valuable. If it was, let me know. If it wasn't, let me know. I'll see y'all next week.